What if I told you there's some lucrative niches that are ripe for the taking on Amazon? In this video, I'm gonna break down the top 20 niches for Amazon KDP in 2023 so that you can start planning your business for the new year.
All right, first niche is going to be self-help. This is a niche right here, and there's so much that can be done inside of here. Since 2020, it's hearing more and more and more and more about it. It should be an everyday thing, right? And a lot of people have been doing it, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. And then there's certain people that understand, like, well, I should be doing more of this type of self-help. There's a ton you're going to see right here inside this niche. The tool that I'm using too, by the way, is called BookBolt. My affiliate link is going to be down below in the description with the coupon code. And I use this tool to help me do research and coming up with different ideas and seeing what niches are trending on Amazon, and it basically filters out all the clutter, and it helps you as a self-published author on Amazon come up with different book ideas, right? Or a print-on-demand seller. So the average BSR, okay, this is an awesome tool, by the way, because it's showing us a lot of information. The average BSR is 306, right? You'll see this fluctuate, okay, in different niches. So just keep that in mind. It's grabbing everything like on that front page and just putting it all together, and then you're getting your average BSR. As we go down, remember guys, the keyword count right on the right-hand side, this is going to be all the keywords in here is going to tell you a story. Your brain's open, it's fresh right now because there is a lot in here. All these keywords are going to tell you a story, and it's your job as a seller to understand it because you'll find new niches that way sometimes. Some of the best niches that I jump into and create top sellers in, they are niches that I've researched by understanding the keywords, and some of the niches are untapped because I'm like, whoa, look at this. This is a really, really good keyword, and this is actually a good idea for a book. Let me go see what's going on. And then you can see like the BSR, 57K. Your goal is to create something. It's really, really good. So you can see like the demand inside of this niche. Look at this one right here, October 20th, right? Almost what? Not even 2 months ago? It's cranking already. It's making sales. Burn It After Writing It journal. A book with 100 questions for self-reflection, awareness, discovery, healing, and anti-anxiety self-help for teens and adults. If we come down more, ADHD, sadness, and the joy together in a book, and ADHD planner, brain dump designed to help you clear your mind. Interesting book, 465K. Estimated sales 38. You're going down, right? You're just coming up with, you're seeing different ideas, right? There's so much that can be done inside of this niche, right? Let's come in here and just check out a few of these books, a little bit faster, just kind of give you an understanding of what's going on. You get the point, you get the idea. It doesn't have any, let's go down the listing a little bit more. There's a description, and you can see as it was uploaded, you can see that this BSR chart, it's crushing, making sales, and it's making, it's continuing to make sales. Okay, it's gonna finish. This book's gonna finish the year really strong. The chocolate niche. There's a ton that can be done inside of here. Just think about it as like a general niche. You see they have a sweet treats coloring book. So obviously it's popping up because it's in the subtitle. If you come down a little bit, a few different coloring books, how they're made in different styles. We have a word search. Okay, chocolate themed word search. You see how they did right there. This is just I'm pretty sure this one's line journal, cryptogram. So we got some puzzle books going on, a notebook. This one's interesting. Chocolate tasting, something real popular. A lot of people like to try different chocolates. You ever go into a chocolate store? Just remember, like everywhere you go, there's different ideas for different niches, right? And this is crazy because it seems like there's something for everything.
Remember, the more creative and detailed you are with your book, the less competition you create for yourself. Give this video a thumbs up and check this out.
All right, next niche is going to be travel. So let's come over here. It's travel journal, teen travel journal, writing prompts for documented vacations and travels. You can see like this is like directed towards, I want to say more towards like kids, teens. It said teen, right? That right there, 27K BSR, and it was published this year, right? And it's cranking. Travel journal, look on the inside. You can see name, call, text, email, how to use this journal. You're seeing it. We looked at a few books where they have show you how to use the actual book itself. Here's where I'm going. Starting point, months, year, and then it gives you the dates. Here's everything I squeezed into my suitcase. Oh, cool. Real simple book. Doing some numbers. All right, you can see like a big spike up right here, like getting closer to Q4. 57K BSR. Boom, boom. Next niche is going to be personal growth. Average BSR 319K. First thing I'm thinking about is, obviously like self-development, mindset, gratitude. You're seeing a lot of it right here. Shadow work, journal, and workbook, healing, self-discovery. So what I'm thinking about is just, think about like accountability, like development, and you're seeing a lot of it in the keywords too, transformation journal, and just keeping track of yourself, right? And it's pretty much a lot of the stuff that we've been going through as far as these books. You're seeing a lot of that, and I think it's cool because there's so many different ways that you can approach it, right? There's not just one way. There's so many different ways. Temperature is going to be the next niche. It's very general, right? But there's so many sub niches with inside of here that you can create just a single type of like logbook. I'm seeing a lot of logbooks in here. Temperature logbook, and you're seeing vital signs logbook. And if you're looking at these BSR and these reviews, this was published last year. This was published 2 years ago, but these are up here making consistent sales. I consider this print on demand. It's a digital product, right? These are printed on demand as they're being purchased. So that's the way I considered it. And then we come down, we have a few more temperature wise, but there's like the weather temperature wise too. And this is a consistent seller. This was published last year. Vital Signs Daily Logbook, temperature as far as like a Pitmaster logbook. So mushroom growing logbook. That's a whole nother niche, right? See, this mushroom book right here has 2 ratings, but it's making consistent sales. If the BSR is this low, published at almost the beginning of the year. As we're going down to these BSRs, pocket size, vital signs log, you're seeing like, so the pocket size now, this right here, look at that, published this year, and the BSR is pretty good. This one's published this year. BSR is really good. Our next niche is going to be a petty cash. Petty cash logbook. Really simple covers too, by the way, if you guys are not paying attention to that. But then they use a daily cash flow logbook. Instead of petty cash, they have it in the subtitle obviously here, but they went ahead and went for this type of keyword. Remember, as you're doing keyword research and stuff like that, there's different ways or different types of books that people are looking for by you just switching out the title of the book, right? And being more direct to that sub niche. But these BSRs over here, like this one right here, look at this. Published like less than 30 days on Amazon, 22.2, okay? 83K BSR. That thing is just pumping. Okay, this has been up for 2 years now. Let me go ahead and pop this open so we can take a look and see exactly what's going on and look at the sales and look at the consistency. Okay, this is the power of putting up a book on Amazon, and then all of a sudden it turns into a consistent seller. And if you can create a book in here, this can be a top selling niche for you. Like I said, this was published 2 years ago, but I want to come down here and look at this BSR. Look at this. See? That is a consistent seller that's selling over and over and over and over and over and over and over, making sales. First started off, you can see it goes up, 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 up. Remember, when it goes up and it goes down, it makes a sell. So when it's up here, then when it drops, it makes a sell. When it goes up, it's not making no sales, but it drops down. But when it goes down like this, that means it's consistently making sales pretty much every single day. Okay? And this is what we want. Next niche is going to be reloading data. I was researching this other day. I found that there's really low competition here as far as, use the title and stuff like that. And you can see right here, it seems like to be a really top seller in this niche. It's basically, they're just tracking, you can see the information that they put right here. Data log sheets, track, record ammunition, hand loading details, ammo reloading log. As you can see that you can use for the title, ammo reloading data log. But look at this. This BSR is 25K, so it's pumping, cranking. Book's about a year old. You can see the next one, 307K BSR. It seems like a very consistent niche. And look how they're using these covers. Nothing too crazy about these covers. Some of them are very simple, very easy. Some of these covers can be recreated in a way and designed where you can stand out from your competition, right? Let's check out this one real fast. They also have it available in a hardcover version, right? And they're upselling it for $15.95, which is really cool. We have the look inside feature. Let's check it out real fast. Go through name, content information, and you can see the index, table of contents, and they're writing actually inside this book and not just, repeating the same pages. And that's what I recommend too. You want to take that book to that next level because it's going to help you stand out from your competition. You come down. Let's look at the all-time BSR, even throughout the whole year, right? It's a top seller, evergreen book that sells all year long, which is awesome. Now, the next niche is going to be 2023. Just keep this in mind. Throughout every single year, there's always going to be like a newer addition to this. So 2024, 2025, 2026, okay? So on and so forth. That right there is a niche inside of itself. And then it keeps reoccurring, always something new. So if you didn't know that or didn't think about that, this is one way to do it. All right. So the first one, we see a word search. There is always a word search right there, just looking straight at you. People still buy these. Now, if you can think of something unique that you can't find in store, but you can only find online. But if you look at this one here, this has a 1300 BSR. This one is cranking. But check this out. Look, it was barely published. That's amazing. And then it has this type of BSR. You got some motivational words, coloring book, things I want to say at work, but I can't. Let me look. So this one right here, one of the ones that I found was a 2023 reservation book for a restaurant. This was published almost a year ago, right? You can see right there. But they went ahead and got ahead of the whole competition, right? And this is interesting because you think about it. Look at this. This is just cranking for 22 as well. But they use that keyword 2023. Let's come over here. Let's check out this 2023 word search. As you can see, puzzle books for adults, price point $6.98. We come down here. You can see when it was first uploaded, and then it just took off, just going. This one book is just crushing it, which is amazing. This one book is probably making at least $8,000 to $12,000 per month. One book, imagine just one book making that much. I can imagine it. All right, roller coaster niche is next. If you come down here, I never even thought about this, right? You can see this BSR, 34K BSR. Roller coaster logbook for amusement parks. As you come down, like you look at the subtitle, like I told you, is always going to tell you a story. But look at these. The covers are very simple. Just, the roller coaster tracks, showing a picture of the roller coaster tracks with, and then obviously the book title on the top. Then we come down here, look at the next one, 74K BSR, 133K BSR. So let's check out this first one, how they're using it. That's one way, obviously, not to get in trouble with anything while using Disney themed stuff, unless obviously you have the rights to it. And the inside pages, they have that on the back. Let's go down, check out old time. This was uploaded last year, but it seems to be cranking into, you can see so it's been up for a year. It's been making okay sales, but this year, going into Q4, it seems to be cranking, which is really cool, right? Vinyl records collector. Okay. I think just vinyl records in general. Okay. If you can think of just different ways, because a lot of people, they collect these, they source these, they flip them. It's like a whole different, as we come down, the first one, vinyl records collector logbook. So we got a logbook being created here, published 2 years ago around this time, 16th, 69K BSR. Looking at these designs on the cover too, there's some that are very simple, like kind of a retro style look. And this is more it seems like more of a modern, but it has these are a stack of vinyls right here on the front, which is really cool, right? Just kind of thinking differently from the rest of the competition in here. Check out this one, 22 ratings, 2020, cover's decent, book information, just repeating the same thing in the interior, right? Artist, album, label, and it's a consistent seller, right? Really good, really awesome BSRs. Boom, boom. Especially right now, going into this year, it's just cranking even more. Holiday books provide hours of fun for children and adults. It doesn't really matter the person's age, whether they're coloring books, activity books, or story books. Holiday books are always a great choice to ensure engaging material to enjoy. And then they're also perfect gift ideas, so people are buying multiples of this book. And if you can think of any holiday in your life that you think would be a good book for a person, that would be an awesome niche idea. And here are a few holidays to think about: New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Valentine's Day, President's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Now, there is a lot of different holidays that I left out, but those are some of the top holidays that if you would do some research, you'll see most of these books are selling and making a lot of money. So the next niche is going to be business and finance, right? Especially with next year going on, the inflation and everything going on in the world. I think this would be a big niche that would boom. People are, hold themselves accountable as far as their finances and stuff like that. Inflation happens, right? People want to learn how to make more money. It's telling us there's a demand for this, right? Look at this BSR, right? 25K, the lower, the more sales. And it was published this year, which is crazy to even think about. Who you're targeting with this book, and who do you want to buy, right? And that's the main goal with the keywords when you're putting in the title and the subtitle. There's a big demand for this, especially going into the new year. Petty cash logbook, interesting. And it seems a very, very high demand and profitable, right? And that's what we look for. So let's look at the first book real fast. The 4-column one, you can see doesn't have the look inside feature. Let's look at this BSR. Okay, look at that. It's crushing. which is crazy. You can see, like, once it starts to rank into the algorithm, it starts ranking, then all of a sudden just boom. I'm not sure if they drive in their own traffic or running ads. So parenting, the next niche. Now this is going to be interesting. BSR 161K averaging. Child custody journal, child custody battle, and co-parenting logbook. This is crazy right here, right? I didn't even think about anything like this. You do the research, then you'll find like some of these niches, you're like, wow, like people are really buying this online, and this is something that I can create. Right, published October 16th, 2020. Let's click on this one. Child custody journal. You can see the cover. They have examples of the interior on the cover, which is really cool. They get to see more of like, what's going on the cover. I got a table of contents. You go down. Still a good book, still top seller. Look at this. Remember guys, any of these tools that I'm using, they're gonna be down below in the description. Make sure you use my affiliate link because I got a cutback, but I'm just showing you guys how I would use the tools to do research and find hidden niches. And this is how I find top sellers, a lot of the top sellers, and just come up with different ideas to give me inspiration. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is a good book. I see that there's just a demand in this niche, but what can I create that can be different from everyone else? So next niche is going to be relationships. Okay, average BSR 294. And this is interesting because when you come to this stuff, when you look at all this stuff, like, you're seeing like the low content stuff is like the entry point of creating a book and getting an idea of what's going on. Think about like, how can you create a book that can make you $400 or $500 a month? Maybe like this can apply to you, and you can think of something like, okay, that would be that's a good idea. I can create a book over here and put something together. So let's check out this one real fast. See what's going on the inside, how to use it. So it's teaching you how to use the book, right? Which is really cool. This journal belongs to, we've been together for, interesting. And we probably put a picture right here, right? Real simple, real easy. Let's look at the sales. Okay, it's a consistent seller, right? When it goes up and down, that means it's a consistent seller. And published in 2019. So the next niche is diet and weight loss. We went over health and fitness. Look at this. Because going into the new year, people always go into lose the weight for the new year, start something new, be healthy. Weight loss journal for women. You can see the cover right there. I'm not going to say it. March 20th, 2021. And you can see that this BSR is just crushing. I have a few books that are roughly around like the 5K, 15K, and they crush. I'm doing this for myself, weight loss journey. This is at a 46K BSR with 148 reviews, and really awesome, real cool cover. This one that we opened up right here, we got the look inside feature, right? Real cool flowers, kind of like that logo design in the middle, and then coming out this journal belongs to my starting measurements for the body, things I like about my body, things I like to improve. Real cool, setting my goals. Go 1, go 2, go 3. Weekly check-in, good habits to build, bad habits to cut. Awesome book. Well, you can tell why it's crushing it. And that's crazy to even think about, because look at it throughout the whole year, right? It's just crushing. Next niche is going to be cookbooks. Okay, average BSR 92K. That's cranking, right? A Taste of the 70s cookbook. Ooh, I see what they're doing right there, right? Food inspired by music, movies, TV. Oh, that's really cool. Like, I would never even think about something like that. So then you could probably do 70s, 80s, 90s. I want to see what's going on with this one right here. That's like, click on this. Published last year, 2021. Has the look inside feature. Blank recipe book for boys. Okay, so boys, children. So that seems like there's a lot going on. So like, if you can target a book towards like kids or boys or girls or teens, that seems to be a good idea for every single niche, right? Because if you come down here, recipe table of contents, BSR, it's consistent seller. It looks like it's starting to sell and crank even more. Next niche is going to be home improvement. So home maintenance logbook, keeping tracks of like all the maintenance around the house, all this stuff, just holding yourself accountable, understanding like, okay, this needs to be checked up on and everything like that. DIY project tracker, like the DIY stuff was like a boom during like the COVID stuff, everything with all that going on. That was a big niche, and it's going to continue to be a big niche because more and more people want to learn. As more people learn about like do-it-yourself type projects, more and more people are going to be introduced to it. This one was published this year, 2.5 months ago. We look at this. Okay, it doesn't have the look inside feature. You can see the cover. Let's see the cover. Okay, real simple, nothing too crazy, right? Real easy, real simple that anyone can do something like that. Let's look at all time. Look at that. Okay, consistent seller. Sold once, and then it's just selling, right? Selling over and over and over, right? And then I think by next year, it's going to rake in the reviews. Can't get the traffic. This is like a first-time seller. Next niche is going to be spirituality. Okay. Average BSR 129K. A shadow work journal for Black women. So like self-love and spirituality seems like a good, goes hand in hand, right? Look at this thing. The thing is cranking. That's amazing. Like once you get a book and you get it up, and then even if you're self-promoting your book, there's nothing wrong with that because that's your book. You created it. You want people to buy it. If it's a good book, you want to show people like, hey, this is my book right here. Like I want you to purchase this book. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. You're seeing like they're targeting a lot of Black women inside of this niche. And this one, 51K BSR, shadow workbook for Black women, 45-day spiritual journal. So they have, obviously, it's more like you can see like it's like more like, when we go into like the health and fitness, like the challenge, the days, right? 30-day challenge, 45-day spiritual journal, stuff like that. If we look at that 69K BSR, this is doing really good too as well. Doesn't have the look inside feature. Published last month, hasn't been up more than 30 days yet. And it looks like it's sold once, twice. Okay, sold about 2 times already, but that's good. So off to a good start already, right? Good book. It seems like it's a good book because people freaking love this book. So health and fitness. Okay, you can see the average BSR of 177K. And there's daily wellness, so personal health diary, symptoms log. Health and fitness is just more than, just like working out and eating healthy, sleeping, stuff like that. As for example, this one's listed at $10, 177K BSR. And the rating's 96, which is really awesome. Walking journal for women. Look how they did the cover. It's obviously targeted towards women. It's a pink cover. You got a woman on the front with long hair. Weightlifting, right? So this is obviously a big one. So health and fitness. So there's like niches inside of this. Okay, so for running, lifting weights, there you can go on and on. The 75-day hard challenge. See, let's do this kids one, for example. It says 120 pages right there. I looked at the bullet points. This journal belongs to, okay, date what I ate today, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and the drink. How many glasses of water today that I felt happy about, things I can work on tomorrow. Interesting. Let's look at the BSR. Look at that. That's what we look for, as book sellers or print on demand sellers. You can see that bad boy is cranking. All right, next niche is going to be gardening. Okay, during the summertime, and I'm pretty much like throughout the whole year, it's this niche just crushes. All right, average BSR is 822, but as we come down here, and one of the things I wanted to point out is you're going to see some newer books in here. Some people think like, with certain niches like this, they're oversaturated and there's a lot of competition. Yes, there is. Yes and no, because basically that means there's just a demand, and we're going to see some of these consistent sellers that are just selling just all year round, especially during Q4. A lot of people are buying gifts. First one is going to be this book right here, 22K BSR. Garden planner logbook, and you can see nothing too crazy, right? Showing the cover is the interior on the inside, right? Which is pretty cool, right? It gets the job done, and this was published June 3rd, 2021. Right here, same thing right here, decent BSR, good reviews, ratings, and then we come down again, same thing. This one was published this year, right? And it has a decent BSR. Really awesome niche. Remember, always look at the keywords too as well, see what's going on, and always tell you a story. And then we come over here to the only garden planner book. Okay, November 11th, 2022. The only garden book you need. No look inside feature. And I'm pretty sure what they're doing here. I have a feeling that they're just driving their own traffic, but this thing is it's doing pretty good, right? And you can see how they priced it low. And then as it started to rank more and more into the algorithm, they raised the price on that one. Our next niche is going to be religion. As we come down here, you're going to see 7 million BSR, average BSR. But, there's sub niches inside of this niche that seem to be doing really good. Lilies Are My Religion. Seems like some type of anime type of thing going on right here. 325K BSR. Remember too, always double check, making sure that you're not, ripping anything or doing anything crazy, and you have the rights to sell the book. If you're not creating your own artwork, I personally create a lot of my own artwork. So it looks like they're mixing Christmas and Hanukkah. Is that what they're doing right here? And they turn it into an activity type coloring book, right? So Hanukkah and Christmas workbook for mixed religions and blended families. And this is a great idea too. Go down a little bit more. Girl, read your Bible. Okay. You see they're doing right there. I'm not even sure what half, like some of the stuff's going on in here. Okay. So, but this niche right here, I think there's a lot of like sub niches in this niche that could probably, you can create something, even children's books, right? This is like children's books and religion. It goes hand in hand. There's a ton that can be done. Let's look at that coloring book. And also too, there's different types of books. Like I'm showing you right here, there's a coloring book. There's probably, you can create a coloring book for every single niche that we go into in here. So keep that in mind. And I think that's very powerful because coloring books are pretty cool, in my opinion. I like creating those books. See what they're doing here. Okay. Showing like the back of the book of what's going on. Okay. And you can see the back cover showing what type of activities they have going on in this book. Right. And this was published 2020. It's doing pretty good this year. Right. Making sales, cranking a little bit.
And if you haven't heard about Pixel Pod Studio, the link is going to be down below in the description. Okay, you get access to over 300 interiors when you sign up. With the research, by the way, keywords are done for you. They're editable in Infinity Publisher, InDesign, PowerPoint, and they're available in PDF. All right, one thing to think about too as well, when you're creating books for these niches or your niche, think about it. So you have 20 book ideas, probably even more, that I shared with you in this video. Let's say you make $10 per niche with these 20 niche ideas. That's $200 a month. But what happens when you do $100 a month with all 20 of these niches? That's $2,000 a month. So you can see how powerful this is if it's done correctly, right? Especially going into the new year and getting a jump start on your business and growing it, and or just taking it to that next level. If you start with zero, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain for yourself. And if you want more niche ideas, check out this video right here. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Thank you very much for watching.